Simon Milliard spent 10 years at sea as a merchant Navy ship's engineer officer. Before coming ashore, he gained an MCA Class 1 Chief Engineer certificate. He pursued his career in engineering with RNLI and a number of other organizations, and is currently Engineering and Operations Manager for Trinity House. With the encouragement and support of IMarEST, of which he is a member, Simon is undergoing the final assessment to become registered as a chartered engineer.
Being appointed as a chartered engineer is that blend of qualification and practical experience, so it therefore carries a higher level of respect within industry.
The benefit of being a chartered engineer, even if you're not working in engineering, is that it is a badge of status. Frankly, it marks you out as somebody who has been assessed by his peers as having reached a certain level of both academic formation, experience and maturity.
Chartered status is not just recognition of what you have done so far, and in particular it's not the golden carriage clock at the end of your career. It's actually the start of the next phase. It's the opportunity to develop your career and take it on with your own personal development.
It's a great way of keeping up with people, understanding what's going on in the profession, not just in your own part of it, but the wider marine engineering profession and indeed the wider engineering profession as a whole. So it's a great source of networks and information.
Established in London in 1889, the Institute of Marine Engineering Science and Technology, IMarEST, is the leading international membership body and learned society for marine professionals, with over 15,000 members worldwide. The traditional academic route to chartered status requires a bachelor's, then a master's degree in a relevant subject. These qualifications are often gained through distance learning programs and can take a substantial amount of time to complete. IMarEST offers an alternative route to registration for experienced engineers, scientists and technologists who lack the relevant academic background. This is called the Experiential Learning Route. Candidates with a Class 1 Certificate of Competency, BEng, BSc or comparable qualification can provide evidence of experiential learning acquired in the workplace. It may take less than 6 months to become registered by IMarEST using the Experiential Learning Route.
The penny dropped when we realised that you can demonstrate knowledge and understanding to the master's degree level by other methods, particularly if you've got some experience under your belt and you can record your achievements in service. And for, say, a chief engineer at sea, that is remarkably straightforward to do. And you could not have done the things that you have done as a chief engineer at sea unless you had the knowledge and understanding, which is roughly equivalent to that of a master's degree.
An ideal candidate to proceed down the experiential learning route would be somebody who's had initial form of training, albeit a high national certificate, high national diploma, a bachelor's degree, a Class 1 certificate of competence issued by the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency or similar, and has had a lot of experience working within the field.
An initial assessment by the Individual Case Procedures Board will establish whether the candidate has the relevant career experience to pursue the experiential learning route.
The chartered engineer is the one that writes the rules in the future. So we've got to be satisfied that he's got a sound understanding of the underpinning science that is behind some of the changes that are being made. Because let's face it, when engineering structures are put into place, it's rarely just one life that's at risk. It will be large numbers of lives that are at risk.
The evidence of experiential learning must support the 10 QAA qualifying descriptors provided by the Quality Assurance Agency for Higher Education, the body responsible for assuring quality and standards in UK higher education. These descriptors cover a candidate's knowledge and critical awareness of current problems, their resourcefulness and ability to make decisions in complex and unpredictable situations.
It is a lot of hard work to put together an individual case, which is why every individual needs to be mentored to ensure that he's not wasting he's neither concealing his successes in the past. Particularly important is actually the ability to prove what he says he's done and to show that it's something that person did as an individual, not what the team did that he was part of.
Well, first of all, I thought it would be an insurmountable hill, but I spoke to the staff here at the Institute, and they were very helpful and gave me data on on what I had to demonstrate, that I had been working to a master's level of learning. And it then took a good amount of time of thinking and reviewing my career history and matching the master's level that was required to the work that I had done over the years.
The final stage of the registration process is an interview with the assessment board, which lasts about 50 minutes.
Simon, welcome to this interview panel to assess your further learning to master's level acquired through work-based learning. If I could just summarise, what we're seeking to understand is your understanding of knowledge, research techniques, how you can critically evaluate methodologies.
During your time as chief engineer on the brewery manager in Green King, could you tell me the philosophy you used, obviously, to improve the efficiency and therefore the output of the brewery?
I think the main problem there was we hadn't fully documented how the operation should be running as a standard operating procedure. So we set about with a gap analysis as to where we were and where we wanted to be.
The aim of the interview is for the assessors not to test the individual on a specific design of an engine, for example. It's there to actually test the submission, find the evidence and prove that there's sufficient evidence available to the membership committee in order to make the decision.
The Institute has designed a package of services called IMarEST Chartered that will assist our members to gain chartered status. This includes a variety of resources, including a computer-based training program which outlines the 7 steps to chartered status.
We're opening the scope of chartered engineer to all practicing engineers at a certain level of achievement, rather than the academic elite, if you like, who got themselves degrees at the right level early on in life. And that matches, I think, what's going on in society at large. People are educating themselves through life rather than just at the beginning of life.
Gaining chartered status with IMarEST enables you to convert a lifetime's experience and hard work into letters after your name. For more information, why not visit the membership section of our website?